Okay, and welcome to my third presentation on solving algebraic equations. This time we're going to look to apply backtracking and the distributive law. Now, this particular video is dedicated to one of my favourite students. I think you'll know who he is. So, there you go. And just a recap of the distributive law, all I really want to do is look to remove the brackets. So I'm expanding this out. So I have to multiply everything on the outside of the brackets with what's on the inside of the brackets. So I need to multiply 4 by 2x and I need to multiply 4 by 3. So 4 by 2x is 8x, 4 by 3 is 12. So if I was just trying to solve this equation, just using backtracking, I know that I'm trying to solve for x. So the first thing I do to x is multiply by this 3 here. That will give me 3x. Now, for this particular 3x, the next thing I do is I add 4 to it. And that will give me, inside these brackets, 3x plus 4. Then I multiply by 3, which happens to be this 3 on the outside. And that gives me what's the entirety of the left-hand side of those equal signs. So 3 times, in brackets, 3x plus 4. And I know that all equals 15. Then I just do my backtracking, operating in the reverse direction. So the inverse of times 3 is divide by 3. So I take 15, divide by 3, gives me 5. The inverse of plus 4 is minus 4. Take 5, take away 4 will give me 1. And the inverse of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. Now I can verify this. 3 multiplied by 1/3 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, so it's 5 inside that bracket. 5 times 3 is 15, so woohoo, I've got that right. So let's just move on to the same equation, but this time we're going to look to apply the distributive law. Now, I have 3, and if I wish to multiply that by 3x, that will give me the 9x. 3 multiplied by 4 gives me the 12. So I could say that this equation here is the same as that equation here. Now, if I now apply backtracking, I know that I'm trying to solve for x. First thing I do to x is multiply by 9. That will give me 9x. Then, to that 9x, what do? I add 12. That gives me 9x plus 12. Now, the next thing that I do is that is exactly what's on the left-hand side of the equal sign, and I know that equals 15. So I head back in the reverse direction. So the inverse of plus 12 is take away 12, so 15 take away 12 is 3. Now, the inverse of times 9, multiplying by 9, is dividing by 9, and 3 divided by 9 is 1/3. So, we want to verify this. 9 times 1/3 is 3. 3 plus 12 equals 15. So, they are the two ways that you can apply the distributive law to solve algebraic equations. And basically, you can follow whichever approach you prefer. So you can either follow this approach by expanding out the brackets prior to, or you can follow this approach where you don't bother expanding out the brackets and you just cater for that as part of the backtracking. So hopefully this has assisted you with your quest to understand algebra. Until next time, just keep